I think you're not afraid that it won't work. I think you're afraid that it will.
Yeah, a little bit, I think.
Listen, if you know exactly what to do next to grow your business, but instead of going all in, you find yourself putting off the exact things that will make you money and help more people, you need to watch this video because this is exactly what we are talking about in this recorded coaching session. And the reason why this is happening is not because you're afraid that you will try something and you will fail. It's happening because you're afraid that you will try something and it will succeed. And most of us are afraid of success because success is something new and uncertain, while our comfort zone is very certain and comfy. But here's how you get out of your comfort zone once and for all. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Bogdan. I've worked with coaches, consultants, healers, entrepreneurs, from beginners to multimillionaires, and helped them scale their businesses with a lot more ease by amplifying their mindset and giving them personalized business strategies, just like you will see in this recorded coaching session. Please enjoy and let me know in the comments below what were your most valuable insights from this.
Yeah, like finding the right people.
Mm-hmm.
Like who's a fit for that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll just, hence the ad stuff that I want to be doing. I feel like when they've come through the online thing, they're like very keen for a more set process or expecting a set process rather than session by session.
Can I share a distinction with you that I shared with somebody last week?
Yes, please.
Maybe you're doing this already. But what she said was that she wasn't really enjoying the people she was having in the calls, right? Maybe she was referring to like the monetary aspects of converting them and not being able to afford it or whatever that may be. But what I shared with her is this: as coaches, as healers, our job in every call is to wake up the gods instead of the people we talk to.
I really like that.
Right? Because when I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to whatever version of you're in at this moment. I'm talking to the God you. I'm pulling out that version of you, the goddess version of you. And the only thing that qualifies for me, somebody to be a client or not, is them saying yes to that God version of them. And to a lot of people, it's fucking scary. But if they say yes to it, they will find the funds, they will find the resources, they will let go to their excuses. But I know that I did my job by giving them a taste of who they actually are. So don't just show them who they're currently being. Show them who they truly are.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Thank you.
You do that and you'll be surprised of what happens. I had a guy message me today that he started closing more deals and charging what he's worth after like a 5-10 minute conversation I had with him. He was saying, yeah, I don't really want to do podcasts. I don't really want to put myself out there. I said, dude, you're playing small. This is who you really are. You'd be surprised what happens. Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask for your insight specifically?
Sure.
In what ways am I not being all of me?
right now?
Yes.
By not focusing on the things that make you money. Getting distracted with things that are not necessarily moving you forward.
Okay.
Like really understanding the value of your time. Let's say your time is worth $1,000 an hour, right? You're doing something. Is this a $1,000 an hour task? Yes, no. What I'm saying is like there's there's um there's a difference between focusing on something and really needing the money to come in. You're not in that needy state anymore, which is like a tremendous win. And because you're not in that needy state, this allows you the ability to get really dialed in and focused on your marketing, your sales, and just touching more lives.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The problem is like when you're doing the one thing that's supposed to make you money and it's like, oh my God, and you're like filled with fear, you're
Yeah.
not there, right? It's like, okay, have I finished my money making tasks for the week? Great. Now I have time for something else. But this is like first on the list, even for the day, right? Have I done my money making tasks? And that might be half an hour. Great. Done. Now I have time for something else. But this is your priority from a business perspective. From a
That's
mindset
great.
from a mindset perspective, it's you've stepped into your 10K self, right?
Yep.
I can feel it. I can see it. Your 10K a month self is very, very stable. Your your income will reflect that more and more. But I challenge you to start thinking like an 100K a month CEO.
Okay.
And treating your business like this creature that needs your love, your attention. It also needs space to rest. Conversation that I had last week with another client is like, why does the business dip? Right? You have these ups and downs. When it dips, it's literally sleeping. It needs to rest, right? So when the income dips, it's a time to kind of step back, strategize, think like a CEO, see what you can let go of to make the load of the business lighter so that it can grow faster with more ease and more sustainability, right? So it's not a moment to panic when your income goes down a month. It's a moment to strategize, relax, and observe. And then once the dip is over, once it wakes up, you know, have this beautiful breakfast ready for your business, have a coffee ready, and it's like, okay, let's get to work. That's kind of the idea of thinking more like a CEO. Always like, what can I optimize for? What else can I test out that has the potential to work after I stabilized what's already working?
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Okay. Where I keep getting like a little bit tripped up is I'm like, am I trying to think in too big of a leap from where I am when I should just be focused on the next kind of the next client, the next cash injection, whatever, rather than trying to go big long term? Like, where do you think I put my focus? Excuse me, I'm just gonna blow my fucking nose.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
No problem. Yeah, I think getting clearer on your branding is a smart move. it's a good mental exercise for you. But like I mentioned before, the best data you will get is just having conversations and see people what people respond to, or measuring the effectiveness of your ads, see what's working well in terms of the messaging, right? So kind of going out there and hunting. I think it's never a case of should I think big or should I get micro focused on what I'm doing. I think it should be a healthy alternation between the two, because the bigger picture will inform your
Okay.
smaller actions and vice versa.
Okay.
But the challenge is like knowing what's serving your business the most in this moment. That's really kind of the distinction to understand. And that distinction comes from having a coach, which you do, right? And having somebody mirror that to you and then making your decisions based on the conversation of what's right for you. And the second is just experience.
Okay.
But having a healthy focus on what's working,
Yeah.
I think that's really the key.
Yeah, that's great. That's really helped me the last few weeks when I've implemented that. So I'm like reflecting at the end of each week. Okay, so what were the wins? What did I do to create the space that happened?
Yeah.
And then kind of project plans for the following. That's really helping. And I think I'm noticing more of the good stuff that's happening, whereas before I'm like, oh, nothing's fucking moving. And I'm like, no, it really is.
Exactly.
So that feels fucking great. And thank you for that.
You're very, very welcome. Yeah, because you look at that and it's like, okay, it's a reminder that you're a winner and you're doing that a lot is going well.
Yeah.
Gives you more mental space to be more creative and come up with new ways of making things go well, right?
Yeah. 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 Thank you.
You want to know the one magic word for freedom?
Yes.
Okay. Write it down with big, big, big letters. I'm gonna tell you each letter. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. First letter is N.
Yeah.
Second letter is O. That's it.
Very good.
Magic word for freedom.
Okay.
You gotta know what to say no to and not be afraid to say no and delete a lot and just keep the essentials.
Yeah.
And also be very good at respecting your boundaries and your standards.
Yeah.
So if your new standard is 100K a month, you can weigh everything to, is this getting me closer to 100K a month or not?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Okay, I'll keep trying until I do. Or if it's a no,
Yeah.
just delete it immediately.
Okay.
But let me ask you, how do you feel you're not being your full self?
Earlier I was reflecting yesterday actually, and said it to Hannah just for some accountability. Like, I'm not running enough ads to really get the system working because I'm scared to spend the money, because I'm scared that it won't work. And just like, and whenever I'm in that fear, but whenever I just do it, it's never actually about the specific outcome, like this action didn't create the specific outcome. It's just the fact that I'm taking action and that I'm in motion, but I'm like clinging so fucking hard trying to get it right. And it's just fear. So I'm just trying to like kind of consciously recognize when that energy is present and then just drop back in of like, you can create anything and you already know how to. So just fucking let go and let it. And there I feel like is my much more true self, but there's like, yeah, just the fear, I think, in the way. That's the untrue part.
Mm-hmm.
I did a Bashar thing earlier that's like that kind of reintegrating that, like instead of making it wrong and sending it away, okay, this exists and that's fine, and you do it, like you just allow that to exist and it stops having that power kind of thing. That's where I feel I'm off.
Yeah. Did you go to college?
Yes.
Did you pay in advance for your studies?
I got student loans.
Yeah. Were you afraid of getting student loans?
No.
Why?
Didn't think about it. Just knew that it would come back.
You knew that it would come back, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So why are you afraid of spending money on ads?
And I shouldn't be, because I've seen it. Like, I can do that when it comes back. The only problem was that I had so many outgoings that it wasn't, you know, providing for me. But now I don't have outgoings and I can do the ads. So just do it. So yeah, hence my focus for this week.
So this is what I'm saying. Instead of seeing it as an expense, why not look at it as your student loan, quote unquote, that you spend or you invest in your education to know exactly what's working on in your business.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And that's much more of that 100 grand a month mindset.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Even in the ads group, she's put a new rule up that's like, you've got to collect your data first before you start asking questions. Is just have run enough ads to have got some data. And I'm like, I just know, like, it's just so systematic when you just look at the numbers. So yeah, just kind of.
I mean, how many ad sets are you currently running?
Currently 3. But yeah, the plan is to get more up just to.
And how much are you spending per day?
Like $6 a day. It's just for the video views, like I said.
Yeah, but you're going to be spending on retargeting. So how much, what is the needed budget that you, like, what's the budget that you would need for the ads?
To get the ecosystem set up properly is like $500 a month. Mm-hmm. And I feel happy with that.
Right? So what's the hiccup? You made thousands in a week.
Yeah. Yeah. So just like I said, just having been in the fear, kind of avoiding it. So this is my focus this week. That's what gets done.
I think you're not afraid that it won't work. I think you're afraid that it will.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's kind of in and out as to. I'm like, okay, so am I like avoiding that?
Yeah. This is what I'm saying of being in the energy of 100K a month. A lot of people are afraid of success because it's uncertain. You had like a weird experience with success in the past, and maybe there's still a bit of that in your back of your head. Yeah. But if you start your day thinking, okay, I'm in my 100K energy, then all of that feels uncertain is now certain because this is who you are. You know what I mean? And then from that perspective, it's like, okay, if this thing happens, this is how I would probably handle it. Right?
Yep.
So that applies to whatever, weird experiences you've had in the past, or whatever weird experience might show up in the future. You're already thinking about it. Okay, if this happens, this is how I would handle it from this perspective. So it suddenly becomes safe. So I would play around with that a bit more, even in terms of your visualization, in terms of your meditations. Try this when you're meditating and say, okay, I'm my 100K self. Show me shit that might go wrong and show me how I would handle it. And stuff will pop up that's gonna be valuable, and it's gonna make the journey a lot more predictable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
It's gonna alleviate a lot of the fear.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Thank you. I'm finding the inner work really helpful.
Yeah. Whenever you know you should be doing something and you're not, it's usually you're more afraid of the goal happening than the goal not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So just get used to being in that energy that it's already done, so there's nothing to fear from it. Yeah, that makes very good sense.
Good.
Thank you.
Enjoy your 100K self.
Thank you very much. I will. I'll go and play with that now. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week.
You're very welcome. Have fun and keep me posted, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like a similar experience, I'm actually offering a 14-day free one-on-one coaching experience where I personally help you close more high-paying clients. Check the link below. Spots are limited. And right after you do that, check out this video next.